So, see, the power reforms, in fact, it started way back in 1992 itself. However, during mid-course it lost its ground, and then during the 10th plan, it was in fact the accelerated power development and reforms program that came into existence. However, as I have told you, that the very purpose of this EPDRP at that point of during the 10th plan could not be achieved because of several reasons. There were some organizational deficiencies also, which I will talk about, and apart from that, due to some lack of monitoring. So we definitely some utilities succeeded in bringing down the ETC losses, but many utilities could not achieve the target objective. So now, when restructured EPDRP has come, the government is now committed to continue the support to the distribution reforms, and basically now the objectives are very clear: reduction of TNC losses, ATNC losses, then strengthening of the distribution networks, and last but not least, improving the commercial viability of the discoms. So, and the benefits of the APDRP are now totally based on the milestones that we are going to achieve. So, and that is, we have to identify the measurable performance parameters, and we have to achieve the milestone within the target to get the benefit of the APDRP. So, what are the ICT focus on the distribution? As you all know, that the ATC losses in the country are still on an average of 33%, as our Mr. M.K. Goyal has pointed out. And this has to be reduced, and the target is in the next 5 years for all those utilities whose ATC losses are more than 30%, have a target to bring down the ATC losses by 15%. So on an average 3% target is already slated to be reduced every year. Then most importantly, the metering, billing and collection efficiency. So it is we have to operate on a revenue model whereby we are aiming at 100% metering and then billing and collection efficiency. So ultimately, the thing is that we have to account for every energy which is being sold and every unit of energy which is being utilized. Service improvement and delivery is also very important, because now we are trying to link up this with e-governance and web self-service, where the utilities would be offering the consumers the facility to access their bills online and even make e-payments. Apart from that, they can log their complaints online, and they will have a token number by which we can track the complaints, whether it is in the form of no billing complaint or false wrong billing or non-availability of power or any sort of power disturbances, low voltage, like that. Then MIS, the Management Information System, that is also a part of the focus of the distribution. But for this, there has to be some exercise to be done. The homework that we have done, we had to do a complete process engineering, because whenever this it was mandated as a condition for applying for the board, collecting the baseline data and also evaluating the as is processes, so that we can see what are the technologies which we have to sustain, we have to continue, or whether some of the technologies we have to retire, because there are a lot of legacy applications which may not be very useful when we are talking of an integrated framework, whereby we are integrating all the applications over service-oriented architecture, so that instead of having piecemeal standalone legacy applications, which has been for a quite long time in the state sector, and it is not giving that much benefit, because all these technologies are gradually being phased out, but we are still sustaining with those legacy applications. And now the time has come when we must have an integrated platform, and we have a complete end-to-end solution, meter to cash solution, which integrates your consumer indexing, asset management, and consumer services, outage management, workforce management, and also the internal business processes in HR, commercial, revenues, etc. So extensive gap analysis have been done in most of the utilities who are seeking assistance under RFPDRP. Re-engineering of the internal processes, that is also very important, because we are now trying to implement a new solution which is based on integration and scalability, and also most importantly we also want to have a certain service level also. As I have told you that the regulatory mechanism is in place now, and there are certain standards of performance which is expected from every utility. So there is a long-term strategic and business continuity perspective behind these reforms. So what are the challenges we are facing today? One is to have a reliable and automated systems, efficient operations, total energy accounting. But to achieve all these things, there is also a need of standardization. We had till now a very heterogeneous mix of hardware, software, networking, services. So now there is a need of standardization because ultimately our intention is that we should have a long-term business plan where our system are scalable, interoperable. We have got some interface compatibility, investment protection, and low total cost of ownership. So now we in the same efforts, we have something like open architecture and adaptive network. So these are part of our SRS that we have built up for inviting the bid for IT implementation agency for power reforms. So these are the standards over which we have built. One is the open architecture and adaptive network, in which well based on proven standards. It is important to have a adaptive architecture so that we can fit all the various systems. They are interoperable, and we have got a single point to access all these information. And most importantly, we have to do a total life cycle management. So it will always become easier when all these systems are integrated and comply to this open architecture and adaptive network. Then the infrastructure should also be very consistent. I am talking in terms of data collaboration, data communication, and data interoperability. Earlier, this was mainly all these technologies which were buying and putting up in place. They were basically market driven, because and often we were subject to monopoly marketing, whereby there are certain meters which have to for which the data has to be captured. We will require those software which are totally proprietary, and which those software will not interface with other meter manufacturers meters. So the need of the hour is that now that even the PFC, which has come with certain guidelines, and they have in the SIS, there is a clear-cut mandate to have meter which is compliant to DLMS and DLMS compliant meters, which is also called COSM compliant. So it conformed to a standard which is called as IEC 62056. So these are the things that we have to introduce, building into our system, so that there is one single software and which can interact with all these meters, and we should be able to provide the services. We should, and rather than having separate base computer software for different class of meters. So this is the importance of this data interoperability using the standards which we want to promote in our SRS. Then modularity in the design, and we want all the services that we should be available on a dashboard model, whereby we can sort of select the service. We can also measure our performance, and we can also have different key performance indicators we can will be available to us, so that we can know what is the status of the billing efficiency, collection efficiency, metering efficiency, and then there are certain parameters by which we measure also the system performance also, something like a system average interruption index, system average interruption frequency index, and so on. Lastly, we are also moving towards making very secure web services with multi-level permissions. For security, authentication and access control that have to be built into our network, whereby we have this role-based authentication and also a secure database using all the inbuilt checks and validations. Also, we have included in our ICT implementation is the scalability, robust and scalable architecture, which sustains a large volume of transactions. Because the thing is, in the power sector, in the power distribution sector, the consumers are in lakhs, and whenever there is some new pockets, the new consumers are also they also are in tens of thousands of numbers. So this is how the number of consumer base grows. So it is important to have a proper choice of hardware, OS, and database platforms and front-end tools to handle that large volume of transactions. End-tier architecture has now become a necessity, because from the client-server architecture we are now migrating the legacy application to an end-tier architecture, so that we have got ease of deployment, we have got ease of manageability, we can control the business logic in a better manner centrally, and of course this will help us in providing easy upgrades and maintenance of the software also. So that means we can have a much better level of uptime for our systems that we are planning to deploy. Now, data center and recovery side, these are also two of the important things that we have included in our implementation plan. Basically, not just for vital data protection, but also for the recovery during catastrophic failure. And we have this plans to have this SLAs signed with all the various OEMs and the service providers for hardware, for networking, for the software, for the licensing and the upgrades. We will have automated data replication in the DR side also. The model of the DR side, we are also looking at 2 or 3 different models. Even we may go in for a hosted kind of environment where infrastructure shall be managed by a third party as far as the DR side is concerned. Then clustering is for improving the performance both at the OS level as the database level. The rate support and data replication are now the standards for the data security and data storage. We have certain organizational concerns also, like still after this state boards have become a corporatized and they are existing like a corporation. There is a monolithic structure, and it creates an information silos. So another thing is that the age of the employees, they are also very increasing. There is a sizable chunk of employees who retire every year. New inductions are very few and far between. So there is a need for a capacity building and injecting professional expertise. Very senior employees are often slow to adapt new technology. So there is a challenge to develop them from being technology shy to becoming technology savvy. These are the areas of improvement, these are the solutions also. We know of these solutions, and gradually we are trying to build into these improvements in our organizational structure also, so that we can reap the maximum benefits of the ICT. Capacity building and institutional strengthening, bridging of silos is important to make the system and processes more systematically efficient. Then we need to have an interdisciplinary approach to problem solving. Of course, organizational structuring is have to be taken up as a process. Administrative changes, whatever is required with delegation of powers and all those things, have to be also in keeping with the times. And also adaptation is a very important thing, because the business paradigm is also changing. So So these are the points, we are trying to bridge these gaps when we are transitioning from the legacy environment to a new environment where more professionalism is required to be able to harness the best technologies. Service-oriented architecture. Then also there is an important decision whether we should retain or retire the legacy application. That is a call that has to be taken by the utility themselves based on their as-is analysis. And in order to reduce the complexity of system integration, we have to go for standards-driven open systems architecture with scalability, compatibility, and interoperability. And IT infrastructure management is also one of the major issues these days, and we are also very keen to do it in a very professional manner so that our systems are there and deliver the services for a long term, in a long term perspective. And also, of course, total cost of ownership is one of the key criteria for reforms. These are the various initiatives that we have already taken. We have conducted small pilots, and these are replicable pilots which we undertake to do in the RIT reforms. GIS-based indexing, network mapping, automated meter reading, energy audit accounting, IVRS-based consumer call center, spot prepaid metering, anytime payment machines. And last but not the least, ICT is an enabler for all reforms, and it has to because it is the media by which we can get all the data, all the baseline data correctly. We can act upon that data. It provides us an important decision making tool. So total energy accounting is extremely important, for which we need accurate measurement, aggregation, validation, communication, processing of energy. And we have to also identify the source of revenue leakages, so that we have to improve the efficiency of our operations, whether it is billing, metering, or collection. Architecture should be future-proof, adaptive, scalable, open systems, compatible, interoperable, and this is how we can. We are trying to include all those things in our new system that we are going to implement under the eIndia. So this I conclude.